where the stories are told. Warrior hearts beating brave and bold. Small town pride in the air we breathe. The spirit of the game will never leave. Forever and always go Warriors, we shout. With fans in the stands, there's never a doubt. Game day Saturdays where memories ignite. Under the lights we fight the good fight.
Welcome to this episode of the Waldorf Gridiron Club podcast. Well, Troy, you can see that I did not bring my Waldorf gear this week because I wanted to make a declarative statement.
You
Grandpa
are
buff.
Yeah.
Grandpa, look, I got a t-shirt. What doesn't say buff on it, but
It'd
it
be
says
cool if it said it on the back.
I could get that done.
Yeah.
I could get that done. Absolutely.
Then when people meet you, they're walking up on you, they say buff, and then they see grandpa. Say, he's buff grandpa. They don't put it together.
Oh, yeah, I'd have to start working out.
Yeah, yes, get
I'm not.
swole.
Oh, yeah, that's what I need to do at mid-50s, going into late 50s.
What you do?
Yeah, we'll give it a shot.
I get hit up all the time on Facebook. I think I'm being, what do they call that when they like hone in on you or whatever? For Tai Chi. It's clearly AI. I mean,
yeah.
all the, over 50 and doing the Tai Chi. Come on.
I don't think so, man. Not going to happen.
I don't think so, man.
No,
No
not
way.
going to happen. All right, well, you guys, you can see him, you can hear him. We decided that we wanted to bring in defensive coordinator Tom Clarey to talk a little bit about Northwestern and life and football and what we're looking at against Mount Marty coming up on, I guess, would be Saturday, which would be tomorrow, according to this. So, Coach, welcome. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate
Kind of short notice.
Yeah, a little bit. It's okay.
So normally we come in here and this is we kind of give you soft serve ice cream. We don't ask you the hard questions. But I think that after the Northwestern game, we need to get a little bit. And we don't. I hope you don't take offense, but I do need to ask you a kind of a tough question. Just right out of the gate, let's get it out of the way.
Here we go.
I know it'll be fine. And again, forgive me, but I really need to know. In light of what happened last Saturday, it's been on my mind. What's your go-to app when you're on the toilet?
Go-to app on the toilet. That's a great one.
Sorry for the hard question right away.
Great question, though.
I mean,
everyone wants to know that.
Thinking about that for seasons now, and like, when can we bring this out?
Yeah.
It's curious. It's got to be Twitter.
Yeah.
Sadly, I mean, you see some crazy stuff on there, but spend a lot of time trying to talk to recruits, and sometimes you talk to them while you're doing
You ever
business.
signed anybody on the can?
I have not signed anybody while.
Is that a goal for you?
Now that we talk about it, absolutely.
I think it should be. I mean, it'd be
Absolutely.
crazy not to. Again, I'm sorry for the hard question right away, but I wanted to stop playing softball with you guys. And
I thought you were going to ask me about the time machine from the last time I was here.
Well, I mean,
I forgot about that.
It is
Yeah.
suspect.
Right.
Suspect.
Well, anyway, yeah.
So yeah, we ventured over to Orange City on Saturday and facing the number 7 team in the nation, and the score didn't come out the way we wanted it to, obviously, Coach. But I think around the locker room and up in the coaches' offices, there's not a whole lot of. I mean, there's work to be done, obviously, but it's not a whole lot of what all went wrong. There was a lot of good stuff that went on, especially with your defense.
Absolutely. I mean, we spent a lot of time in the off season, building a culture of the team and what Coach Chop wants us, our vision to be and everything. And we spent a lot of time on that, and spent a lot of time on just the little things of what does it mean, what does it take to play football. Schematically things are what they are, but at the end of the day, it's all about guys being about what we're doing.
Yeah.
And we talk a lot on defense about buy-in versus just having it be a part of your DNA. Anything you can buy into, you can sell out of. So
We heard that.
we spent a lot of
Yeah, I
time
thought that was
talking
pretty
about it, and just, Saturday was our first opportunity to kind of be about it for the first time. So it was awesome. We feel really good. We did a lot of great things. Like you said, some growth areas for sure, but playing number 7 team in the country to
And let's be honest,
touchdowns for a while.
on the other side of the ball from where you coach, they're going their defense. They have in their front, they have 2 All-Americans from last year that, I mean, those guys aren't getting any worse.
Right.
They're getting older, they're getting more experienced, but they're definitely not getting worse. They're there's some studs up there for sure.
Oh, for sure, and that's what you want. That's the ultimate goal of a program. And defensively, like, Coach Chapa being a defensive head coach, we want the defense to be the tone setter for our football team. We want the defense to be the good side of the team, and the side that we can rely on the most. And Northwestern's kind of a great blueprint of how to do that.
And Northwestern knows how to have a home game. I will say that.
Sure they do.
Holy smoke! 1,600 people, I think, was their recorded attendance. Over 1,600.
Great attendance. Looked like they had a big full tailgate section there in the north parking lot. I think that's north, and then just overall, just a real nice place, nice field, nice facility, and it was a good day. The weather was good, and all of that it was right where it needed to be, and felt like we were welcome there. Everybody was friendly, and so good on Northwestern. Defense did do well. I mean, they came up. Good examples, like right out of the chute, and we flipped the coin. We won the coin toss, and we deferred, and so we started on the defense, and then we got it, and boy, we were looking stout. I don't think they expected that right out of the chute. Yep. And then we had like a little error there. I think there was what happened exactly? It was something happened. It was like we were really running them down, and then it shifted a little bit. I don't know if we got a penalty or something like that.
Yeah, there were a couple of those in the game. Just some boneheaded young team mistakes that good programs, number 7 teams in the country, don't do. And I mean, shout out to our DBs. It looks like they didn't play a great game, but they were in position all night. They just had really great throws, really great catches. So, I mean, that was kind of that first drive. They had a great play kind of open them up.
That's right.
All of a sudden, they're down in the red zone, and they get an easy
Yeah, that's what it was. It was just I think they went for it on third down, and because we were right there with them, and then they went for it.
9-play drive, took 5 minutes off the clock. That's something that didn't happen a lot last year for us.
No.
Yeah, I felt really good about it. I mean, nobody. Too. I mean, it's like, okay, well, we know they're going to score,
right?
So it didn't really feel too bad about it.
Northwestern for a little bit.
Great football team.
Yeah, I thought it was a lot of good things that we saw. Saw some things. I gotta tell you. And this is neither here nor there, but like I'm trying to. There was a. This is the wrong podcast. Let's get another one here. How about the Waldorf Gridiron podcast? Yeah. So when we say text the show, folks, it's fun because I can. Where is that? Anyway, they fan mail. So this is somebody with the last 4 numbers on their phone number 1447 out of McFarland, California. That's all they say. So this is what I see when I get these. It says, "No bueno, boys, like they was running up a hill in the game." That's a different deal there, but maybe this might be is Valdez from out there? Luke out there?
He's from Texas.
He's from Texas.
Yeah,
okay.
remember we talked to him?
McFarland. Yeah, I know, but I thought, so why would this be? Anyway, previously it said, "Good luck, Valdez. Hope they throw the ball to you." And that's it. So McFarland is pretty active. Anyway, there you go. That's what
great.
It looks like. But yeah, it said that they looked like we were running
McFarland,
uphill.
Texas, or you said California?
It says California.
Oh.
But anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway, it looks like we were running uphill, but not against on the defense. I agree. Our guys were. Running with their receivers. They got All-American receiver. I mean, and they had some great catches.
They had some amazing catches.
But it wasn't like they were just dominating the air game.
No,
in my opinion.
And that's the thing you look for. It sucks to say because you want to be on the other side of the 40-0.
Right.
But, we did things on Saturday that we didn't do at all last year. We had 3 and outs.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a 12-play more than 12-play series where we went 3 and out, got a penalty on punt, went 4 and out, got a penalty on punt, went 5 and out, stopped them on 4th down. And I mean, like, that's 3 different drives that we stopped in one drive. That didn't happen last year. We turned turnover on downs twice, blocked a field goal. So I mean, things that we didn't do last year we're doing, and they're showing up. That's what you look for as a coach of a program that's budding, I guess would be a good word to use.
Coming out of the shadows. And, I don't think anybody in
the ashes.
Yeah.
Rise from the ashes. How about it?
That's what we are.
We left the first quarter. It was 9-0, and they had a touchdown and a safety, which was hard to overcome.
Right.
That was tough because they're sending the house when you're at the 1.
Yes,
You have the
look,
horses that you have on that.
When we started that next drive on like the 45-yard line, that's when we blocked the field goal. So I mean,
I talked to the returner on that particular
got an in there.
that particular play.
Really
I got an
come
after
out
game interview with
how'd that
him, number 4, and he's like, "Oh, it's just going over your head." They say, "Let it go, let it go," and he goes, and it hits the ground and it bounces the other way, and I go, "Oh crap!" So tough
Well,
deal.
and you can apparently, I didn't know this rule, but you can apparently fair catch, but you can't give the T signal. He apparently gave the T signal, and that's why they.
Oh, that was like Cooper DeJean moment.
Yeah, it
Wasn't a fair
very,
catch.
very similar to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a fair catch.
Was not, never has been, never will be.
Wow.
Minnesota Gophers.
Yeah, that put us in a tough situation, and then when we're playing in the end zone with the really really high rated defense, they get a safety. But first quarter, we come out of there 9-0. The second half 23.
It should have been. I mean, it should have been 16. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I mean that again, and nothing against the defense coach, but it's just one of those that they're explosive. I mean, they're explosive on both sides of the ball, and you somewhat expect that. But you came in at halftime thinking that this is not out of control. This isn't one of those where, well, maybe we'll just run the ball and get home early.
Yeah, I thought that your defensive line looked good too. I mean, they were scrappy and they played hard and you got in there.
Ooh.
You did some rotating.
Mm-hmm.
Some of that out of maybe necessity, but just also to give the guy. Do you feel comfortable with the rotations?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, we as a coaching staff kind of reflected a little bit and said, last year a kid like Keegan Handel, for example, Mike linebacker, he played every single snap that he wasn't dying for last year. Never got off the field. I mean, we rotated him out in the second quarter.
Yeah.
Because we have guys now that through recruiting and through development of last year that we trust to go out on a Saturday and play football.
Get some licks in there.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Got some dudes.
It's huge for
Yeah.
us. You can run Aiden Williams out there and be confident he's going to tackle the football. If you go Grant Woogie out there, be confident he's going to tackle the football. D-line, Antoine Smith McAdams. McAdams is our number 2. Like, he's a monster. I mean, we got dudes now that we can rotate and play a full defense unit football,
Which is good because we were starting to cramp there in the second half.
we were.
Yeah.
And I think Coach Chop had a few words to say about that prior
Yeah.
to the game, because he said something that I swear to all that's holy, boys. If you guys start going down with cramps, that means you're not doing something right. Take care of your bodies. And I'm not saying that those guys aren't doing the right thing. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't see any Northwestern guys going down with.
Yeah, they had their whole team dressed. We just with their travel. So I mean, they probably were hiding behind the red and white back there, and they were all cramping up. But it seems like we did have quite a few back there. My wife took a photo in the third quarter, and she had congratulated the volleyball team. Some of the players there, they're undefeated at this point.
Yeah,
into the regular season.
That's awesome.
And then she said she sent a picture and says, "Meanwhile," and it's a picture of like 3 of our guys, including our son Jack, who's like all getting stretched out on the sideline by trainers for that. And that pickle jar was drained.
Oh yeah.
And it's maybe we need bigger pickle jars. Maybe
we had a whole nother one in there, and at halftime I was going around with the big jar, like, "Hey guys, let's get some pickles." And they're, huh? And then one of the kids came over and said, "Can I get some of the juice?" I'm like, well, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah. That works. I mean, it's not instant, but it does relieve the problem because
and we're
trying to
be a little bit more proactive about it. We're always proactive. Every football coach in the country is saying stuff like, "Drink water, hydrate." But we're trying to be more proactive about it. Push the pickle juice earlier in the week. Push the element stuff.
Yeah,
all of that.
Get it done.
Yeah.
Saturday, it's a Band-Aid.
It is.
Yeah.
Too late.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
if you just have cramps and you're drinking some pickle juice right
it's
after,
too late on a Saturday.
sorry, bro.
So
probably lay off the creatine at this point. Like, you can do that after the season, to help build mass or whatever. But it also retains water, and that's not always great for cramps. I know this from just putting a fence up last week myself. I take some creatine. Joe Rogan says it's good for brain function too. I don't know if he's accurate, but why not? At my age, took a little bit. Boys got it laying around, and I don't know. I feel like it's boy, I was really cramping up in the arms, you know. And so yeah. Anyway, couldn't do it.
So it was a going home for you.
Yeah.
Quite literally going home. For
literally.
You.
My
And
house
so you,
was 4 blocks away.
Yeah, and so you probably had a lot of friends and family there, and you know, I saw that you were talking to a couple coaches before the game. Are those buddies of yours, guys? You know, or just
So coaches that Coach McCarty is one that I talked with. He was obviously defensive coordinator when I was at Northwestern. I was on the offensive side of the ball, but knew him, was in the offices, student coached at Northwestern my last 2 years there, so obviously had a relationship with him. But another couple guys that played with me when I was there that are now on staff. Another coach that, pretty much their whole defensive staff was there when I was there.
Yeah.
Either as a player or as a coach. So I know all those guys. They're a great crew. They're a great bunch of dudes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just do things the right way.
Yeah.
And they're just
For sure.
respectful. So.
And I was going to go over and say hi, but I don't know how to speak Dutch.
A couple of them were asking about you.
A lot of
By name, you.
What?
Yeah, where's that Buffington guy? The podcast is really funny. I got to ask him a couple things.
Oh, well, geez.
No one came
Text
up
the
to you?
show. No, nobody at all.
Oh.
Yeah, I was tired that day, man.
It's funny they only mentioned
Fish for
Andy,
5 hours.
Yeah, I was a little shocked by that too.
but you know that's
Well, they
the
know
way
I'm
it
there,
goes.
Troy, and they should know that you're there too, in the stands or in the box, one of the two.
Probably intimidate. And a lot of
I
lot of
get it.
intimidation.
Yeah,
I can
well,
see how
I
that
mean,
happens.
you're going to be a grandfather. I
yeah.
am a grandfather, so.
I feel like I saw another former Waldorf coach over there. Maury Tompke is now the tennis coach at Northwestern. His wife got a job first over at Orange City, at Northwestern, I believe, and then so they left this past spring, and so he walked right up to me before the game, and we chatted for a little bit. After the game, talked to Sam Clausen, another 4C kid, great class of 24. Yeah, so it's kind of fun to see him and his family.
Sam a little bit before the game.
Yeah,
So.
and he did play. He got in later, I think in the third quarter and some in the fourth, and he did play special teams
he was on
too.
special teams.
But then he got in on linebacker and later in the game. So
Yeah, that's fun to see. I mean, kid that I coached at high school.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's a great kid, hard worker. It was fun to see his name show up in the 2 deep. When
Yeah.
we got that on
Yeah, I
Sunday.
bet.
So
That's good stuff.
absolutely,
he's a great kid.
they're working hard if they're in there. Yeah. Overall, I mean, like I say, obviously, I thought the defense did a great job. I said, we had Nico Page was on the Warriors Live show last Wednesday. And by the way, folks, tune into Warriors Live. It's every Wednesday during the season where we film it and broadcast it live on KOW locally, and then on the World Wide Web and Facebook Live from the Gridiron Club Facebook, and also the
If you push,
X.
yes.
It does it stay yeah that's you're right. If you I will Facebook Live will stay on Facebook, so you can watch it again when the prompt comes up. It says, do you want Facebook to record it? And I should say yes.
Yes, please.
Last time I said no,
And it was
I don't
just
know
live.
why, so it was just live, which is how X is all the time. There's no replay on X, so it's just you watch it and it's gone. So but Facebook, it should be there. So yeah, last week's episode of the Warriors Live show is lost to the ether. That's the way the world goes, but this time it'll be out again. We'll have a link in the show notes if you want to go back and watch it on Facebook Live and all that good stuff. So, But last week we had Nico Page on, and I could say this: Nico's been on the show a few times, been on the podcast, he's been on the Warriors Live show, I think 3 times. George
Rubbing his legs.
rubbing his legs, moving the
more.
camera, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But he's gotten a lot more confident. He looks like an athlete. I mean, like he's always been an athlete. He's always been strong. But this year, I mean,
Oh yeah.
yeah, he's
Put
ready
on
to
some
go.
LBs in the right way. I mean, he worked his tail off.
Yeah.
He's a prime example of what we're preaching to kids, and you put the work in, you put the time in.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
Not going to look like Nico all the time, but I mean, he's a byproduct.
well, he's the
of what
poster
you're
child
doing, so.
for what you need to do.
For sure.
Yeah, to
Yeah,
elevate
for sure.
your game.
Yeah, so but offensively we had some trouble, but we moved the ball and we did some good things. I wasn't again not disappointed in our offense at all. Saw some good things on our running back, saw some good things on our receiver core. All those are always the questions, what Coach Don's got going on, and so I think that we probably provided some helpful film for the game that's coming up Mount Marty this Saturday, but tomorrow, I guess. But I'll tell you what, it's difficult when you lose your quarterback.
Yeah.
Ooh, was it the first quarter or second quarter? I mean, when did Chris go down? It was fairly early.
16 plays was all he was in for. So
Yeah.
End of
That's
the first, early second.
And it kind of injured his knee, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, I'm actually not exactly positive what he hyperextended it.
Okay.
I don't think there was any further damage there.
Okay.
So, it's positive prognosis, but
That is good.
Yeah, structurally, I was over there when Jamie was looking at him, our head athletic trainer, and she was, I mean, the core structure of his knee looked pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, so that gave us the opportunity to see some different quarterbacking. I think was it Tate Richardson came up number 14. Tate had been, I think he was originally recruited as a quarterback, had moved to like corner, and then got moved back in the spring. Or did he go to corner in the spring?
In the fall,
In the fall, he got moved back to quarterback.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. He did a lot of great things for us at corner. It was more so one of those things the team needed him to transition back to quarterback for some depth over there. Obviously, before knowing that he would turn into the backup quarterback on
Right.
the chart, but it's just one of those things. Tate's a great kid. He's a program kid.
He is
From
wonderful.
Eagle Grove, close by here.
Yep.
But
Do anything.
He'll do anything for us. He'll do anything for this program, and that showed Saturday night. I mean, that's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
He can run too. And he had to scramble a little bit. I think there's, it's Chris has got a lot of experience behind the line there, and seeing good things from him in spring ball, and then even in the first few series anyway of Saturday. And then Tate comes in, and obviously he knows the plays, but maybe not quite as efficient as Chris. There's a reason there's a 1 and a 2,
Right.
and so some of those things probably just just repetition and decision making, and sometimes he had to scramble. But he's got wheels, so he can
he
can do it too.
He does. He's dive option quarterback in high school. So,
Yeah.
I mean, he's used to running, but the problem is you don't ever wish for anybody to get injured.
Yeah,
But you really wish your quarterback never gets injured.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
anybody.
The
Yep.
entire game plan's built around that guy and what he excels at. So
yeah.
it's really tough. Tate did a great job coming in a tough situation, but
Of course, Lou Williams is standing there. He's assisting with quarterbacks this year as a student coach, and you're just thinking, are you sure you're completely out of eligibility? So, but it's a little bit up in the air right now.
Yeah.
I know the fans are curious about how that'll go. We'll look forward to Saturday and see where we're at with everything on the 2 deeps. I don't have those yet, so couldn't add anything to that. But it's gonna be a good game when the Lancers roll into town.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to shake the hand of Coach Micheletti. It's we actually got to interview him on the podcast this summer, and quality individual that's doing it right over there for Mount Marty, and it's a GPAC. I mean, that's just, we've said that time and time again. You go into Northwestern, and we had stories over the years on this podcast and from our fans about the some of the different teams in the North Star that could get a little bit tough, which that's fine. I mean, it's all in good fun. But at the same time, you don't experience that. We're around all these fans converging where our guys have to go into the locker room and nobody's talking smack, respectful, just great. It's a great atmosphere. I was very impressed with Northwestern on the field, off the field. Just it's a class act for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I like their press box.
Yeah.
And they got new lights. The press box is,
We
I
got
mean,
to
like
see
we
those.
could build that press box right now. And I know exactly why they built it that way because, I just know why they did it. Having built a couple press boxes now, I got some press boxes under my belt. I know the requirements and what the state says, and I know why they did it that way.
Resume.
I like it. I feel like we could do that. We get some volunteers together. I mean, heck, we can rise from the ashes with all these trees. Maybe we just get some of the good old
Use those trees.
get the good old
use the old
boys.
ash
Ah,
trees.
the problem is, I tell you, those trees, we don't have enough to do that, and they were very short. They were very short trunks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were not very. I mean, some of them are 8 or 10. I mean, I don't think anything's over 10 feet, but
Well,
some
we
of
could
them are
do
over 8
laminar
feet.
beams.
Huh?
I mean, we could like build a thing, do laminar beams, so we're cutting the
Old LVL sheet.
yeah. Let's do all that.
I mean, that's going to end up just coming back on me.
Yeah, exactly. Let us know when
some
you're
more.
done.
Come on.
Yeah, do some more. I have been working on. I have to say, do have an announcement for tomorrow. So tomorrow's community night at the Bull Store Field, and it's always first home game. Excited to have it. The athletic department's going to have. There's going to be inflatables again. There's going to be
Face painting. They're usually
probably some of that going face painting. Gridiron Club is obviously going to be there. Tailgating is obviously happening. Heidi and I went out, and Jack helped out a little bit. We set up the area that we feed the team.
Yeah.
Going to be feeding the team rib crib after the game, and of course, look forward to meeting the recruits that come in, and it's just going to be a great night. Fireworks afterwards, all kinds of good stuff. So we're going to recognize at halftime all of the people that helped us with Rise from the Ashes. And so and what we're going to do is we're going to bring everybody down on the field. And it's like, if you were a part of that, and hopefully you received an email from me this week that, or some sort of contact that says, hey, we'd love for you to be here. But unfortunately, I didn't have everybody's email or contact information that did help out. So trying to get the word out so that we can, it's Andy. We're recording this on a Tuesday, and this comes out on a Friday.
I don't see mine.
Your email didn't come out
I'm a little
yet.
off put.
Oh, man.
Oh, okay.
You
I
see
didn't know that.
behind
You
the
just
curtain. He's throwing me under the bus for something I haven't even done yet. I'm trying to talk into the future here.
Read the room, man.
Oh, man.
well, and I don't know. Maybe you're going to use Clarey's time machine.
Yeah, I have to use, it's fine. Anyway, so if you helped out in the fall with cutting the tree, we had lots of helpers out there from Waldorf, from the community,
Yes.
the Gridiron Club,
Chain gang.
just the chain gang was out there. I mean, just all kinds of people came. The opportunity to pull out the chainsaws and get that done. So if you participated in that and you're going to be at the game on Saturday, or if you're just like on the fence about whether you should go, and the answer is, of course, yes, come on out. We want you to come down. We want to wave, and we are going to give you something. So this is another way for me to just really double check who we're making these ash plaques for, because I do have a list of about 35 people, and that's pretty close, but I think we're closer to 40 or so that I'm not confident that I have everybody's name. So shame on me for not doing a great job. We did collect some names, but my getting the ability to communicate with them and get in touch with them, besides maybe running into them at the gas station or something like that, is difficult. So we're making those ash board plaques, and I can tell you
that, don't you?
you got to be careful when you talk about ash. Yeah. So I have worked up a couple and tried some different things, and they do look beautiful when they're sealed. I mean, it's really nice, but we're not quite ready to give those out yet. And again, we want to make sure we've got everybody. So come out to the game on Saturday, tomorrow, and make it happen. Right after the cheerleaders do their routine at halftime, and I think they've got some recruits coming as well. We're going to do that recognition at halftime. We want people to come out there. We want the community that benefits from the beauty of 40 ginkgo biloba trees that are all doing well. 39 out of 40 are doing well. We're pretty. We want to recognize you. And then later on in the season, or certainly at the Bullsies in January, that's a great time, in my opinion, to hand out those things to all these great helpers. So if you donated money, we definitely know who you are. If you were there with a chainsaw or you helped plant in the spring, come on by and be a part of it on Saturday. The game starts at 6 with kickoff, right? 5. I've been saying 6. Game's at 5 o'clock.
And somebody put out there that we're doing the Warrior Walk at 3. I don't believe that's correct either. It's probably 2. 2:30. Okay.
Yeah, that was
2:30 for the Warrior Walk. Make sure you're there.
Walk.
Now that is a Warrior tradition started probably about 9 or 10 years ago.
we got to get it together.
And that's one of those things. So show up at 1.
Yeah, why not?
You know,
what else you got to do?
Set up your tailgate area, get your grills going, get your TV set up, have a beverage, whatever you want to do, because at 2:30 there's going to be this troop of young men. The Warriors are going to be marching from the Bowman out onto Bullstorf Field where they walk the field. You know, they take that. It's our first home game. It's always a great time. And you know, I would love it if we put Northwestern to shame with attendance. You know, that let's say 1,600, try 3,000.
That'd be awesome.
It would be great.
And there's plenty of room for everybody.
That'd be cool.
Yep.
And it's like I say, great environment and lots of things for the kids to do. It's the Iowa State game earlier in the day. It's at 11 o'clock.
And it's going to be on. I mean, we've already
People
talked.
out there with it.
There will be that game will be broadcasting at multiple tailgate spots. I guarantee you. I'm sure that the Lindsays, you know, they're big, you know, they're big Hawkeye fans. You know, Kerry Lindsay and his family, they always get it set up.
Yeah.
Well, as a matter of fact,
Scott Logos will be there. The Pritchard's Porta Party unit will be there.
can't go wrong.
No.
No, it's a great time. You know, we love Pritchard's for everything that they do for the tailgate area, and you know, they definitely do it up right. So yeah, if you're not doing anything Saturday, I mean, go ahead, watch your Hawkeye game, watch your Cyclone game, whatever. But get to Waldorf. I mean, this team is worth watching for darn sure, guys, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so Mount Marty. What do we know about these characters?
Yeah, I mean they're a great football program. Again, I mean everyone in the GPAC is formidable for sure.
Oh gosh.
But you know, they're just a program that they do things right. They graduated a lot of guys last year. You know, guys that they really built their program with, especially on the offensive side of the ball. So kind of in a transition phase, I would say, for them a little bit with just who left, who's still back, who's new. But they're a team that's going to do everything right. They're not going to make mistakes. They're just going to do what they do and be who they are, and they're proud of it, just like kind of everybody else in the GPAC. But
well,
tough.
They played some sort of trophy game, didn't they? Don't they play against?
I guess they played Clark.
Oh, they played Clark. Who was I thinking of that played Dakota? Oh, Dak West. Dak West played Dakota State.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, so yeah, I always like to go around and look at, you know, the GPAC football site and see all the scores and things like that. And because Benedictine hosted Morningside. Morningside came in as number 3, Benedictine number 4. And yeah, it was a close game, 38-34. Unfortunately, the Mustangs weren't victorious, but you know, 2 monsters on the gridiron. I mean, those teams are great, but
next week
it's a tough get to start with.
And Benedictine will take on the national champions from last year.
Yeah, they sure do.
Yeah, so that'll be next Saturday. No, that's this Saturday. That's this weekend.
Like, who made their schedule?
Yeah, I don't know. Right out of the chute. Yeah.
The number 3, the
Get
number
it out of the
1.
way.
Yeah.
You know, so
Both teams are healthy. Get it out of the way.
I don't know if Kaiser, the number 2 team, if they won this weekend or not. I didn't check that out, and I don't really care. But yeah, you could potentially have a 1-2 battle with Benedictine and
Early.
Grandview. That's crazy.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Iowa schools, by the way.
Yeah.
Iowa schools.
Benedictine's in Iowa.
Oh, that's not their Kansas. They're in Atchison,
Yeah.
which is the hometown to Callie Finley.
Yeah.
There you go.
And they say Benedictine. We've talked about that before.
She says Benedictine.
It's win. You know.
And we always asked her husband, Will, like, is it Benedictine? And he's like, no matter.
Yeah.
And speaking of which,
They were at the Iowa State game.
They were back, yeah. Coach Finley was he was coaching for the University of South Dakota Coyotes. Coyotes.
The Coyotes. They go
went-
Yotes. Go Yotes.
So then is it Coyotes?
Yeah.
If it's Yotes.
I mean, I'll
It's
take.
not the go Yotes.
It'd be funny if it was.
Wait,
could
Yote?
be.
Maybe that's supposed
Listen, everybody, we got to agree. Is it Yodi or Yote?
I like Yotes.
There's probably half and half.
You know, it sounds like a delicious breakfast cereal. Yeah.
There you go.
They didn't win. The
No.
Cyclones are undefeated heading into the. Well, so are the Hawkeyes heading into the game
Sorta.
tomorrow. So yeah,
Sort of underwhelmed by
Cyclones are favored. You got a pick.
Yeah,
Coach?
go Clones, baby.
All right,
Go Clones.
there you go.
Right. I think I don't really. I love the Iowa State game. I follow both of those teams. Love them. I'm a huge Matt Campbell fan. John Haycock. Those
gotta
guys.
love 'em.
Oh my gosh, you want to talk about somebody doing everything right?
Absolutely.
That team is amazing to watch. I love everything about Iowa State football, but what I love about this game is that nothing matters. It doesn't matter if you're 2-0, 0-2. If one of the teams comes in highly ranked and the other team is at the basement, that's going to be a bloody knuckle game every time, and I love it.
Yeah, it's great. It's great intrastate
Intrastate, yes.
rivalry. Yeah, I never have a horse in that race,
No.
but it's
Life's too
fun to
short.
see the Cyclones. I don't know where they stand on the whole series in the decades that they've been doing it. I think the Hawkeyes have them
A little bit, yeah.
but not
in the last
much.
few years.
Yeah,
Wasn't it the last 5 meetings between Iowa and Iowa State? The visiting team has won.
oh,
Yeah, I mean, you never know. Again, that's what's great about this game.
yeah.
I've been to a few of the Iowa State games, and man, they're fun.
They are.
Except for there's some people that don't know how to handle their alcohol. They get really excited and they drink too much.
It's all part of the experience, right?
I suppose, yeah, something like that. Yeah, looking around at some of our former coaches, we were talking about this earlier. Will Finley, he was coaching for the Yotes, and the Yotes lost to the Clones. And I looked at like Tabor, where a former offensive line coach is now the offensive coordinator down at Tabor, and Kevin down there, they won their first game, so good on them. And I looked at like Coach Henry, who's out at Cumberland. I don't know who they played somebody that must be really good because it was like 63-0 or something like that. Yeah, it was and who knows? We don't know anything about that game, so because they could look at ours and say it's 40-0.
Correct.
Coach Paramore, who was up here for a few seasons, Coach Paramore, he's down at East Texas A&M in Commerce, Texas. They played the number 16 team in the nation in FBS and lost like 13-34 or something like that. But I was communicating with him a little bit today that he's the passing game coordinator, 244 yards in the air. That's pretty good. They were in the red zone 6 times and turned it over twice, once for a pick 6. Yeah, so he's a little frustrated. But yeah, I mean, again, it's nice to see that these dudes are that unfortunately aren't at Waldorf anymore, but at the same time they're having at least limited success
Going out
outside of this.
Yeah.
But they should be here.
We have we got recruits coming
Yeah, we
tomorrow.
do. We do.
That's gonna be fun.
I'm unsure of the number. Coach Bardas is the recruiting coordinator now, but
Yeah.
I think we have about 10 to 15 kids coming and their families, so should be a good crew.
That'll be great.
Yeah, it's always fun to have. It's a great game, great community representation. So it's fun for the kids to see that. Great attendance, and then just the vibe of the team. 40-0 loss on Saturday against a great ranked team. How did the team feel?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty surprising, I would say, on Sunday when we met. Everyone was in pretty good spirits. Honestly, everyone kind of felt like you guys when they walked in the room, we battled. We did a lot of really good things. There's still areas that we got to grow and fix, but guys were in good spirits. And honestly, after the experience last year, it was very surprising that it was that way. You see the score, you walk off the field disappointed in what the outcome was.
Yeah.
But we spent a lot of time talking about not being results driven and just being focused on the process. And, we took a lot of steps forward. So, guys are in good spirits. Guys are ready to rock and roll. Really good week of practice. So, feeling as good as we can about this. We feel, as a coach, I feel as good as I've felt going into a game about something. Not that, Mount Marty is bad or anything like that. They're a really good football program, but I feel that we are too. Finally.
Yeah.
So I feel that we're doing
very competitive. We did some great things like we talked about. I mean, they should feel pretty good about how it worked out because, like you said, last year was very different. 45-7 was the score at the end of the game last year. 40-0 this year. We did get a touchdown. Didn't get it this time. I think that, but we showed that we can play with them and do some great things on both sides of the ball.
It's just the proof is watching the tape. 45-7 and 40-0.
Yeah.
That seems very similar, but if you're there, if you watch the game, it was nothing like last year.
No, not at all.
2 seasons.
And I think McCarty knew that to a certain degree.
For sure.
I'm not trying to read too much into it. Maybe I am, but at the end of the game, the last minute and a half, they take a knee. And you don't have to do that in college ball. I don't think you'd see that necessarily out of some schools that are also pretty well ranked, but you definitely, so it speaks to one of Northwestern's character, but also it could speak a little bit to Coach McCarty just saying, hats off to you, Coach. Like there's clearly something. You're a better team than you were last year, and you earned. We obviously don't need to score another touchdown or a field goal. But a couple things going on there, and I felt like there was a genuine spirit. Northwestern was a big part of advocating, for the Warriors to be a part of the GPAC, and so it's fun. It's not fun to lose. It's not fun to get beat up. And we'll see how long this injury for Chris lasts, and anybody else that is limping around a little bit. Are we all pretty healthy?
Nothing too serious yet.
Yeah.
Just bumps and bruises.
Well, it's good, like you said, that you can now. You've got the confidence that you can rotate.
Yeah.
You're too deep and get people in there and do things.
The linebacker was the biggest story of that, and the biggest testament to that is, at one point we were playing our third and fourth string linebackers in significant moments, and I don't think anybody probably knew that other than seeing different human beings on the field.
Yeah.
So that's
There's
huge.
no letdown.
No, that's huge.
Yeah.
So it's awesome. We did all that. We had a couple guys roll some ankles out there, and didn't miss. Guys stepped in, didn't miss a beat. So
yeah, and your punter now is a wide receiver, right? And so he had the opportunity to show his punting skills in this game. For the most part, I think did a pretty good job. There were a few times they gave him some good pressure, got the ball off every time. Only one time that I feel like that he probably did too. The punt was a little short, but everything else was pretty good. And so, that's important. Of course, we still got our, long snapper, and that makes a big difference too. You got the confidence there on the line to get that happening, but just the blocking. I mean, to get those punts off and just what's happening. Everybody's just. You can tell everybody's bigger, everybody's faster, everybody's stronger. They're more fit. They're capable of laying down blocks. And Morningside has some big dudes. They're also pretty parity-wise. Size-wise, they're with about a few exceptions, they're the same as we are. So that's pretty good. I don't know if that's the case across the board as we get deeper into the season, but
most teams.
Yeah.
And how do we match up size-wise against Mount Marty? I mean, obviously size isn't everything.
Yeah, no, it's not. I mean, honestly, I spend majority of my time looking at their offense, and their left tackle is pretty big dude, but other than that, they're all 275, 280, 285. So, I mean, we match up well size-wise with them, with guys that we brought in and guys like Nico that we developed from 260 last year to 285, 290 that he is now. So, I mean, we match up really well against them, honestly, size-wise. And it's, again, college football is a heck of a lot easier when you got big dudes in there that can take on some of that stuff.
Yeah.
And that showed Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, later in the game, as they kept, Northwestern kept pounding the rock at us, that they did have some success with the running, but for the majority of the game, our defensive line and our linebackers were really stuffing that run.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things, and it's, our offense was dealt a tough card when you lose your starting quarterback and things are kind of going sideways. But the time of possession was a little bit more lopsided than we as coaches want it to be, and that played into it too. I mean, football, both sides have to kind of work together. I'm blanking on the word that I want to use there, but it's complementary to each other.
Yeah.
And when the defense is out there for 12 minutes more than the offense, you can play great football. Eventually, you're going to get worn down. And a team like Northwestern, they've got just how we feel this year. They can get into their third three deep guys and feel really good still. So
yeah, because the guys that were cramping up were on the defensive side of the ball because they're expending maximum effort, while they're out there, and so that's not necessarily to be expected, but it can be understood a little bit better. It's not that our guys are out of shape or anything like that.
Yeah, no, it's nothing. None of it was negative to anybody on our team. It's just you can't simulate live reps like that.
No.
You can't simulate a game. You can't simulate that environment.
No.
Night game with great crowd on both sides, light show stuff going on. I mean, they had a phenomenal setup, but when you're out there for that long, you eventually start running out of
it'll
gas.
get to you, no matter who you are, and so obviously, like we've already talked about, a lot of good stuff coming out. Looking forward to the game on Saturday with Mount Marty.
Yeah, 447 yards total offense Saturday for Mount Marty, 271 passing, 176 rushing, and then they had 24 first downs, 36 minutes of possession. They had it for a good part, most of the over half the game. They
played Clark.
Yep.
They
Where
played
from?
Clark,
Iowa School?
Dubuque,
Dubuque
D3, I believe.
Yep.
And don't get me started. And then but they had
Wow.
Mount Marty started off 2 touchdowns in the first, didn't get the field goal. So it was 13-0. And then the second they tied, both had 2 touchdowns and field goals. So 14-14 is pretty well matched in the second going in. And then Mount Marty got a field goal in the third. That was it. Nothing for Clark. And then 7 and 8 for Clark. So 7 for Mount Marty in the fourth and 8. So they obviously got the 2-point conversion, and it came out 37-22. It was that first 13 in the first quarter. And then apparently Clark made some adjustments. I don't know what they were. You're probably watching that film pretty much all the time, to see what adjustments were made and all of that. So you do watch the offense all the time. As the D coordinator, Rugby Riken is their quarterback. Had pretty good 18 out of 29 passing. They do a lot of passing. I guess it changes a little bit, maybe every game, but they did some rushing.
No, they have 2 phenomenal running backs. The Harts and Hirsch, I think, are their names. They're solid runners, both complimentary. Again, I mean, one's more the downhill, shove it in your face, and the other guy's a little shifty guy. He likes to catch the ball out of the backfield. But those 3 guys that you just said, quarterback, Rugby Riken, and those 2 backs. Those are the 3 guys that are back from last year's team that are, that were significant contributors last year for them. So, they kind of ride those 3. They're going to ride or die with them. And
hopefully,
ball players.
Hopefully die, and not literally, but at the same time, hopefully our defense, you can get those guys in the right spot. Go ahead.
Just, because I'm trying to do my research as we do the show here. And
Everything.
Yeah. I was looking, I always see where they come from. I looked at Malachi Harts or Malachi. I don't know what he goes by. Malachi Harts. He came. It's not Malachi. I know that. I did ask for a pronunciation guide because I feel like that's important. Because if I learn, look, I have a lot of respect for Northwestern, but clearly either Waldorf didn't provide a phonetic pronunciation to them, or they didn't bother to try to clarify any of the 2 deeps with how they thought it was. Because the dude got a great voice. I have a lot of respect for their PA guy. He sounded really good. Not the kid in the middle who I don't know what that dude was all about, but the PA is great, and but it's not Grant Wooge.
Brent Wooge. I did.
And,
my wife told
and
me
Jorge
that.
Rivera, although that is
Jorge
how
Rivera.
it's
Somebody,
spelled.
that's an honest mistake.
I've done it myself.
That's an honest mistake.
Yeah.
Christian
Jorge's
Girat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gerard was the
Garot.
other one. Yeah, Gerard.
Which is really interesting because over there, every name is Dutch and
You'd think that there'd be a little French.
there's some crazy
Giroux
names
is
there.
that's very
Not enough
French.
vowels in Giroux.
Yeah, yeah. But then, so anyway, Malachi Arts. I looked at it, and I thought it was cool. His previous school was El Capitan High School.
Ooh.
I was like, that's a cool
That's a cool
El
name.
Capitan.
El Capitan.
I like that. So then, naturally, when I looked at your other leading rusher over there, which is Kyle Hirsch, I read it too fast, and he's from South Dakota. And it doesn't matter, but it's Gayville is the town that he's from, and that's not. I'm making more of it than it is, but anyway, it's. The school, the high school's name is Gayville Volan High School. But when I glanced over it, I thought it was Gayville Violin High School. And I was like, what kind of specialty music school is that?
Oh, boy.
And do they have
Very
a football
talented
team?
group
They
of
must.
people,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, but that, like I said, they run downhill. And I'm not, he's a sophomore. The other Malachi's a senior. So we'll see them on tomorrow.
Assume Malachi.
Pretty good. Malachi. Yeah, I'll get the pronunciation guide and I'll tell you how that is. But so their receivers, though, they do like to air it out.
Oh yeah. They want to take shots down the field. They want to spread you thin, and they obviously trust their guys. They had a lot of explosive plays, a lot of big gain plays. I think the quarterback threw for 4 touchdowns. I want to say each one was well over 15 yards. So
Oh, geez.
They're chucking it around a little bit, and they trust their guys to go up and get it. So
Yeah, not knowing anything about Clark makes it kind of tough. What kind of experience did they have in their secondary, and are they young guys? Are they, were they outmatched? Obviously, there was something going on there, but we have a lot of experience. Well, and then you bring in a dude like Bivens.
yeah,
That hit.
He's a phenomenal human being too.
I'll tell you what, great guy. But I'll tell you what,
It was
that hit that he put on, that was like, and it was a legal hit. It didn't sound or look legal.
No, it was.
He crunched him, but I'll tell you what, that Northwestern kid just
Yeah.
popped right back.
Yeah,
up.
he did.
Yeah, he probably had.
We had a little coaching moment though.
Yeah,
If you remember, I think it was play 1 or play 2 of the game was the exact same play. He did not hit him that way. So we had a little moment of like, listen, man, I need you to do that in the first quarter. Maybe the game's a little different.
Yeah.
yeah.
You
Set the tone.
light up Northwestern's number 1 running back.
Yeah.
Things might
Yeah,
look-
he rung his bell, and obviously, again, it was a shoulder to shoulder hit,
Yep.
and yeah, that was just a heck of an impact. But that was got a lot of people excited.
Yeah, it sounded good, and for the most, I'd say the crowd was pretty good for Waldorf. I thought we traveled really well. Lots of people out there. Sometimes you see, just a few people, and that's in any college game in the NAIA. You don't necessarily see a lot of people traveling, but we had about 100 people that had traveled out there to Orange City, which is
Great.
obviously a lot smaller than what we're going to see tomorrow at Bullstore Field. But it was fun to have that many people out there, and everybody had pretty good attitude about everything. Not really any complaining. I will say this.
Okay.
I'm not going to say the name or the number of the player who is really working hard to pump up the sideline and the crowd.
Yeah.
And this is at Northwestern. So there's 2 things about this. One, Northwestern, and we should be doing this too, because how else would anybody know that Waldorf University is a Christian school? They do a prayer before the game starts.
I love
Really
that.
cool.
I think that's what we should be doing. I think that's cool. If we're a Christian school, then, by God, act like it, And so that leads into my comment number 2 is that if you're firing up the crowd, fire them up, But if Dave Bolstorff ever heard you drop the F-bomb, you'd be running so early in the morning, so often, you'd be dead tired if you were still on the team.
Yikes.
So
Talk off air a little bit.
that stuff there, we want
I
to make
was
sure.
on the sideline, and there was some stuff.
Yeah.
that was getting some expletives that got a little loud.
Yeah.
And that's not who we need to be.
No, so it's,
And
so
you
many
guys
things are
busy
going
coaching.
great.
Yep.
And
you're out
doing
there,
well.
you're on the sideline. This
Yeah.
is going on in the back.
Yeah.
You can't hear it, and so this is not a there's
Yeah.
not a dig against you, but
Just
it's like
one more
we
thing.
need to remind these young men that there's
One
people
more thing.
sitting
Yeah.
right there.
Right
Yeah.
there. Yeah, this
Yeah.
isn't Alabama where they're
No.
a little bit
Yeah.
Secular schools, the state
loud.
schools, we expect that from, I mean, they're, oof, I mean, right down the road to Satan. But we're supposed to be following this path, and so I feel like that's important. Anyway, even if it's not 100, even if it's not true across the board for every soul on the team, or maybe even on the staff or in the faculty, at least you fake it till you make it. You know what I mean? And so that's more of that was an observation as a booster and as a dad. I'm just like, Like, I just want to see Waldorf overall for all the sports do that. I like what Northwestern did. Yeah. We're going to play in Mount Marty tomorrow. They're a Catholic school, and everybody is bearing that. I think Doane is a church affiliated. Some I don't know what they are, but like we talked about it last summer.
We talked about that.
I think they all are.
You have to be in the GPAC. You have to be affiliated school.
Yeah, pick up the torch. Don't put that light under a bushel.
Oh no.
Yeah. That's my preaching. That's my preaching. We lost a camera, by the way, earlier.
Oh, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We have 4 of them going on.
Wow, holy! And I see that they're like you're just letting them.
They're just doing their own thing. They're on the robot, but they're not doing it like our first time we did this.
Yeah.
So Coach, I
stare
said
at
it,
one
they
for
were
a
only
little
like
bit.
they were like 3 second, 3 second roll. So it'd be like 3 boing 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 boing
It was
boing.
like 15, 20 seconds.
Yeah. So now it's a little
this
different,
one.
wider
Yeah.
shots.
there you go.
Yeah,
There
we
you go.
like that stuff.
So hopefully the people watching this on YouTube, if you're listening to it like you've been listening for 4 years, it's available on YouTube. You can listen to it on YouTube if you want to do that, and then now you can this is
You
the
can see
second or
this.
third one we've done now.
Bunch of goofy looking folk.
Yeah, back in the studio, it was
Yeah.
too complicated.
Yeah, that was a lot.
I didn't like the way it was lighted, and so
Yeah,
I
there's
brought
too
it in
much.
here. Back in the studio where it belongs.
Yeah, back in the bunker.
Text the show. Tell us what you think. This is the time, by the way, as we're getting towards the end of the program. We can talk as long as you want, Coach, but I want to make sure that if you haven't done so yet, you need to come to the game early tomorrow because there may still be a few cash prize where the ball lies contests.
Get them.
Yard lines available. It's $25. You can buy as many as you want, and if at the end of each quarter of a home game, the ball is placed on obviously your yard line, then you win $50 from the Gridiron Club. And so it's a great fundraiser for the Gridiron Club. You get some money back if you win. I've never won, but
either.
that's okay. I don't put my own name in there. I'd feel weird announcing my own name, but there's but I feel like your dad or somebody has won back in last year and
My wife was really pissed because she
Yeah.
didn't win.
so Arnie Engleby, and it seems like Wanda always
Dave
wins, and they're randomly assigned. Like people don't pick out their yard line. So if you haven't done so, if you're listening to this on Friday, here's how you do it, because we are going to stop selling them. I think. We are if they're not sold out by game time, we will definitely be selling. We'll stop selling them by the end of the first quarter, because I have to have everybody's yard lines in there.
Have the list.
So, but we're doing pretty well on that. So make sure you get your thing in there. If you want to do it right now, all you have to do is go to our website, www.waldorfgridironclub.org. Go to the donate, click on the donate button, and then it's in increments of $25. So whether it's 1, 2, or 3, or 4, or whatever you want to buy, it's increments of $25 each. And then you go ahead and make sure you write your name or the names that you want associated with however many you buy, and then make sure you say yard line. And you can do all that in the comment box, and then we know.
So do you round up or round down? So you're sitting in the box, and all right, folks, the ball is resting on and it's sitting between the 32 and 33, kind of halfway. Do you say, well, let's see, it's closer to the 32, or if it's right in the middle, we're going to round up to the 33, or do you look at the name and go, oh, I ain't giving it to Arnie Engleby again?
Tell you what, that's good. That's like a Superman 2 moment or Superman 3 with Richard Pryor, where there's pennies, half pennies, and quarter pennies. I think that you have that's an old reference, but if you, I will have to say, in my experience, I've almost during a game, yes, but at the end of a quarter,
Yeah.
I've never seen them place it on anything other than whatever hash. So it's really the official. They round up or down, not me. They'll
Okay,
place
so
it on a hash.
So we need to talk to the officials.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah.
just wanted to know.
Text the officials, folks.
Yeah,
Text
exactly.
the- yeah.
No, let you know.
Be listening for our theme, our different, Warrior themes. Obviously, we've got our version of the fight song. We've got the Forever and Always song that you hear on Warriors Live and on this show that'll be playing, and so and lots of good things as well. Plus our sound effects that we have been using for the last couple of years. That I promise. I don't want to promise because, bad things can happen. I try not to make them happen, but, for crying out loud, don't throw that.
You mean like when the ball's placed and they come up to it and you're
Yeah,
still playing? Yeah, they don't like that.
Oh, yeah, that sound.
Yeah, they got and I love it. Don't get me wrong, and you do quality work, but I think
One time, and it did. They did it.
Yeah.
Almost.
I almost went up there.
Game management almost got a penalty for the Warriors.
that would have been a bad day.
It didn't happen though. So
Didn't
learn my lesson. That's what.
Horseshoes and hand grenades.
That's right. Close enough. It'll be a fun day tomorrow.
Well, Coach, as we get closer to the end of this thing, I'm going to have to ask you another hard question.
All right, here we go.
All right, you're going to go to the Wisconsin Dells. All right, Angel and the kids, and it's a busy weekend. A lot of stuff going on, and you open up the door to your hotel room, you take all your bags, you go in, and then there's a dead body there. What do you do?
Where do you come up with
Yeah.
stuff, man? I got to say I'd react. Probably would have to calm my wife down because she would freak out.
Okay.
Okay. My son Porter would probably go poke it stick, and I'd have to wrangle him a little bit.
Yeah.
No, eventually, 10 minutes later, we'd call the police and get things rolling.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
I mean,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
10
you
minutes
met,
from
you
the time
met
you
my
open
son
the door.
Porter. I mean, it takes
Yeah.
a little bit.
Hey, get away! Stop! He's bloated. Stop poking him.
He'll take it.
Assuming it's
Yeah.
a him, you probably don't know, depending on the state of decomposition. All right.
Well, Andy, this has happened to me, and I got a lot of hotel points for not reporting it, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I tell you what, you don't report it.
Yeah, that's right. What
you gotta
kind
feel
of?
free
It
to
was a
stay.
casino hotel, I admit. Okay, yeah, you get
Exactly.
comped pretty good.
Did you
in
really
that
see a dead
situation.
body, Mr. Thompson?
Nah,
Or did
I
you
don't
not?
know.
I mean, who knows? It was
That's
late,
right.
right?
Do you know the dead body? That's the question.
Exactly.
Do you know the dead body? Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, that's an interesting way to end the show as we roll into.
And we're all about the hard questions.
Yeah.
None of this soft, slow pitch stuff.
If you're listening to this and you're coming in from Mount Marty, and you want to know where you're supposed to tailgate, it is first come first serve. So we'll take you. The Warrior fans get out there pretty darn early. But that whole north part, that green space north of the football field,
Yeah,
is
come on
open.
in. You don't have to be out in the parking lot. I mean,
don't
that's
have
where a
to
lot of fans set up.
Yeah.
Morningside did a great job. They got right up against the fence with their circus tent.
Yeah,
I
did a
mean,
good job.
well, they knew what's going on. I mean,
And you can park along the sides of the road on John K. Hansen, but if you're going to tailgate, I would advise you to go onto the city park on the east side of John K. Hansen Boulevard. I guess probably don't do open container on the city street.
No, do
that's
not.
not
That's
something
still
that
illegal in the state of
that's still
Iowa.
illegal,
Yeah.
but you can be on the park side. I think you'll be okay there. The skate park, the pickleball. I
yeah,
think
but come on over to the north side. There's going to be plenty of room. We have plenty of green space for everybody. Well, hopefully not. Hopefully the Warrior fans take it all over and we just get crazy. But
guess it depends where they put those dang inflatable things.
oh yeah, those are usually off to the
Yeah.
west.
A little bit.
Yeah, but yeah, get yourself there, and we'd love to meet you. Come over to the porta party and watch a little bit of football and say hi, and let's just do this the right way, folks.
Let's have a good time.
Absolutely. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. Coach Clarey, thanks so much for answering the hard question. Oh,
Yeah, he was shaking hands. There's video
Yeah,
now.
there's video
but no,
evidence of
we
that.
never did that on audio. No.
isn't that like?
Oh,
it's a Da
there it
Vinci.
is.
Oh, it's a Da Vinci.
Oh. Yeah, got it.
Where we're at.
Yeah,
It's
that's what happens
appropriate.
when you get video.
Now you're on video. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, you guys were touching hands. Well, we're shaking hands, kind of.
Yeah,
We spent way too much time together.
that's right.
All right, folks, thanks so much. Huge thank you to Coach Clarey for taking time away. I mean, let's be honest, folks. This dude, he this is great. So
I just know which cameras.
Red light.
the big thank you goes to Angel and the kids for letting Coach come out here, because they're the ones that truly sacrifice throughout the season.
For sure.
Yeah. So again, thank you, Angel, for giving him to us for about an hour. You're good people, and all the Waldorf faithful should recognize that. So that's going to do it for this episode of the Waldorf Gridiron Club podcast. Come on out tomorrow, folks. Community night, 5 p.m. kickoff, 2:30 Warrior Walk. Be there early. Let's have some fun, and let's go get Mount Marty. So for Troy Thompson, this is Andy Buffington, and forever and always, go Warriors.
Tailgate smoke rises under the sky. Laughter and cheers as the moments fly. Players suit up with fire in their veins. This is our home where passion remains. The podcast echoes the stories we share. The live show reminds us we're always there. The best small college where legends are born. A family united in a bond never torn. Forever and always, go Warriors, we shout. With fans in the stands, there's never a doubt. Game day Saturdays where memories ignite. Under the lights we fight the good fight.
You can join the Waldorf Gridiron Club and be part of the best small college football experience in America. Just visit our website and pick your membership level at waldorfgridironclub.org. You can also click on the Support the Show link in the show notes to donate.